Hey guys, we are back for TOD Eats number 2, and this is the sequel to the first episode, which aired last week. And it was a super amazing episode. It was a huge hit, at least in the sense that I got to eat a whole box of mini chocolate croissants. So that was very good. I had a lot of fun doing that. My stomach enjoyed it very much, so did my mouth. And I warmed up a bunch of them. I had a glass of milk. Tasted amazing. So for the sequel, today, we have ourselves some pizza pops. There we go. That should be good for the screenshot, for the thumbnail. Now, I don't know if you know what these are, because apparently these are a Canadian invention. And I didn't realize that. So, and I also looked, and apparently they're not available in the US, yet they're by Pillsbury. So apparently they were invented in Canada. I forget when. Maybe, I don't know. I read something about 1985. Maybe that's when Pillsbury bought them. I don't remember. I didn't do a whole lot of research, but they were eventually bought in, well, they were invented in Manitoba, and then they were bought by Pillsbury. Isn't Pillsbury isn't that a US brand? I don't understand why they're not available in the US. Anyways, this is super nostalgic treat. So they're like mini calzones. I don't know if you can see on the box there. I'll try and arrange it. And so this is the pepperoni and bacon flavor. Yeah, they're like mini calzones. Just stick them in the microwave. And so I have a bunch of stuff written on my computer screen there. Yeah, so originally I wanted to do Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets was actually supposed to be the first episode. But when I was at the grocery store, I couldn't find any Hot Pockets. So there's not a huge variety of stuff to choose from at the grocery store I go to. Now, I wasn't sure if I had ever had a Hot Pocket before. That might sound crazy, but I don't know if I've ever had it. I think I may have had it once and it didn't wow me, but I was a pizza pop guy. So were my friends. We were good old Canadian boys eating the pizza pops. And so I thought, yeah, let's just have some pizza pops. So Canadian, not available in the US. And so yeah, these are a very nostalgic snack. So these are frozen, and then you cook them from frozen. I used to eat these I was trying to think of when the first time I ever had a pizza pop was, and I couldn't remember the very first time, but I know they were a very big part of my high school years. And I started high school in 1996. So I was a mid 90s to late 90s high school person, high school boy. And what I would do is, you go to school, you come back from school, you'd grab a pizza pop or two, stick it in the microwave, eat it, and then go in my bedroom, stick on a Slayer CD or a Cannibal Corpse CD, and play guitar along to it. Hey, there's my guitar in the background there. And so that's what I would do in high school. Play a lot of guitar, eat a lot of pizza pops. And so yeah, very nostalgic snack. It's been quite a while since I had a pizza pop though. Sort of stopped eating them eventually. I was trying to think the last time I had it and I couldn't remember. So this is going to be interesting. So they do have a very unique or a very distinct, this is another thing I was trying to think about how to do the intro for this, and because they have a distinct texture and taste, but then I thought, is it distinct or distinctive? And then so I Googled it and I still didn't know which one to use. But it does have a distinct, so just pretend I'm using the right one. Texture, depending on which way you cook it. So yeah, there are various cooking methods. If you go on the back here, it has the cooking methods here. Now, back when I was a kid, back in my day, it was just the microwave and the oven. But now they have an air fryer direction there. And it also says it right on the pack. It says, try it in an air fryer. Now, I bet these would taste really good in an air fryer. I've never tried it before. I do have an air fryer, but it's in a cupboard, and it's just too much of a pain in the ass to bring it out, and I'd have to clean it and blah, 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 blah. It's super easy just to stick them in the microwave. Now, so that's what I used to do, have them in the microwave back in the day. And then towards the end of high school, I started putting them in the oven because I felt like they tasted better that way. However, with that being said, they do have a unique taste and texture when you put them in the microwave. And so I was trying to remember how they tasted, and I do have this nostalgic feeling of how they taste, this nostalgic idea of how they taste. And so you can see the various ingredients, or the various fillings in there. So there's, for this one specifically, there's pepperoni, there's bacon, and then there's also like these cheese curds, is that what they're called? These cheese things. And then there's sauce. And so the thing I was trying to, the nostalgic feeling of the taste that I was trying to remember was when you put them in the microwave, the dough part is quite chewy and it's hot in the middle. And then each ingredient or topping or whatever, it sort of has its own, it's not like mixed together. So the cheese is separate and the meats are separate and the sauce is separate, and it tastes really good. So I'm hoping that the same thing is gonna happen this time. So now back to the nutrition facts. I looked at these when I bought them. I don't even think you could see them. Okay, there's a little bit better of a thing there, but so fat, it's got a lot of fat. It's got 27 grams of fat. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'll just read it out. 27 grams of fat is a lot. This is per 2 pizza snacks. So that's 36% of your daily value. That is a lot. Saturated fat's got 5 grams, 26, that's quarter percent of your daily, 25% of your daily recommended value of that. It's got 60 carbs, that's a lot of carbs. It doesn't have any sugar. It's got 5 grams of sugar, that's negligible. 12 grams of protein, but the big thing that has me a little scared, has me a little nervous, is the amount of sodium in this package. It has 1,060 milligrams of sodium. That is a crap load. So that's 46% of your daily recommended whatever. Okay. So now I'm on a low sodium diet. I mentioned my diet in the first episode. I don't know the exact number of milligrams that I consume per day in sodium, but it's probably around 1,500. Now I think like a normal adult's supposed to be below 2,000, but I have even lower than that. So this is like almost my entire day's worth of sodium. So I'm hoping tonight when I'm sitting in my chair, my legs aren't all swollen. So, but got to do it for the video, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cook one. I'm going to try and eat 2 of them. So I'm going to cook one, going to come back and eat it. Then I'm going to cook the other, come back and eat it. So I'll be right back. By the way, I forgot to show you what they look like. They come in a 2-pack, so that's convenient. I'm going to cook one at a time though, to make it easier on myself. Okay, so I put it on a plate, microwavable safe plate, and I also put a piece of paper towel here because they do leak occasionally, so I want to keep my plate nice and clean. I'll take the paper towel off once this is finished cooking. So it's 1 minute. You put it in for 1 minute on high, then you flip it over and you put it in for 30 seconds to a minute. So probably put it in for 50 seconds on the second one. My microwave is like 20 years old, and I'm supposed to wait or let it cool down for 2 minutes, so I'm just gonna sit here for 2 minutes. Okay, so this one did not leak, so that's good. It's still quite warm. There's a little bit of a hole up here, I guess for the steam to come out of. Now, as soon as I took it out, I was brought back to my childhood based on the smell of the dough. It was very nostalgic. It brought me back. It's like, oh my God, I remember that smell. And so it seems pretty good. So let's try it. All right, so it is quite hot. And the top part of the dough here is it's not really chewy. It's getting a little hard. Maybe I microwaved it for a little too long. I put it in for 45 seconds after I flipped it, so maybe I'll do 30 seconds next time for the second one. It's edible though. Oh. Very, very hot. Yeah, so it's not quite as I remembered it, unfortunately. It is just way too hot. I think I have to let it stand for a little longer though. I think by letting it sit there, letting it cool down, the dough becomes hard, so. Oh. I'm trying to eat it fast, but it's too hot. So I bought this. This was a 4-pack. I bought it for $3.99. Honestly, that didn't seem like it was that expensive. I was surprised it was that cheap. I guess that's not bad. It's like $1 per pizza pop. I'm assuming if you buy it in a bigger package that has more, like a bulk package, you could probably get it for cheaper per unit. Yeah, unfortunately the dough is becoming hard. So I'm just wondering, and it's quite hot in the middle, so I'm just wondering how long I should cook it for. I'll put it in for a minute. The second one, put it in for a minute, I'll flip it, and I'll put it in for 20 seconds. I did 45. Honestly, I might not even need to flip it, but I will flip it. I feel like cooking in the microwave isn't necessarily the most consistent way of doing it. So maybe that's another reason why I brought it into the oven. All right, we're gonna put in number 2. All right, so hopefully I cooked this one for long enough. I put it in for 20 seconds after I flipped it. So gotta wait another, I'm probably gonna wait 3 minutes this time, or no, I'll just do 2 minutes again. All right. I don't know if you noticed, it almost fell off the plate when I was waiting. Okay, so let's give this one a try. This one was in for 20 seconds. The first one, I believe, I already forgot how long I put it in for, but let's give it a try. It's still quite hot. Oh. My mouth is still burning. I think I burnt my mouth a little bit from the first one. It's too hot. I have to wait another minute. All right, so let's try and blow into the pocket. Try to cool it down a little bit. These are the tricks, special life hacks. Oh. Okay, I fell at the bottom, burned my finger. So this is turning into a disaster. Good God, that's hot. Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna finish it, but so they are convenient. They are very easy to make. They are relatively tasty. They don't taste offensive. You know, so I can see why they're popular for kids. But me as an adult, I don't think I can bring myself to eat these anymore. It's probably why I stopped eating them in the first place. But there's no denying the convenience factor. Oh. Good God. This one does taste better than the previous one. It's not hard, like the dough, the crust isn't hard. It's still hot as hell though. I'm also burning my fingers. Oh yeah, yeah, this one tasted a lot better. So I don't know how long I should let it wait. Probably 5 minutes, to be honest. It says to wait for 2. Okay, so there you go. 2 pizza pops, Pillsbury pizza pops. So I am not going to be getting these again. And the one thing and they're definitely not for people with a low sodium diet, like myself. There's just way too much sodium. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next week. And once again, I'm not going to spoil what we're having, but until next week.